All right. Again, for those of you that are new with us, thank you all so much for being here. This is easy and casual, and we really appreciate you giving us your time today. We have about 150 of you joining us for today. Again, please know how much we appreciate that. For those of you that I haven't had a chance to meet yet, welcome. I'm Candy. We are so happy that you're here. 50 Strong is still relatively a new initiative, but we are so happy to kind of welcome you to 50 Strong SkillBridgeConnect, which is something that we started just in January. A very important group of folks that I want to recognize for making all of this possible: Cushman & Wakefield, Amazon, United Health Group, ADP, Clario, and Lowe's. These are all military-ready employers that are helping us make this possible. And so for those of you that may not be familiar with some of those organizations, this is a great opportunity for you to connect with them.
But it still needs to start.
All right. So again, for those of you that have not joined us before, we're just going to talk a little bit together and then we'll open up the breakout rooms. First of all, welcome and thank you so much for being here. To the service members that are joining us, listen, kudos to you for taking time out of your day to come meet directly with employers and organizations that value your skills. A theme that you'll hear about today is every single one of these organizations knows that you are amazing talent, and SkillBridge is a great avenue to help you get your foot in the door. To the transition counselors that are joining us, thank you so much. If you are here with us as a transition counselor, we really appreciate you. I know how much you're sharing out about these events and about SkillBridge in general. You're on the front lines and you are to be applauded. To the program leaders that are working hard every day across their organizations, thank you so much for opening up pathways. To the advocates that are here, thank you. To our education partners that are sharing out these events to their students, thank you so much. There are some employers here today that aren't yet industry partners for SkillBridge and they're kicking the tires. Thank you for being here. We also have a couple of congressional offices here. If those of you that are here would like to identify yourselves in the chat, thank you so much for being here. If you don't, that's okay too. We really appreciate your interest. To the service members that are in a command capacity right now, that are actively championing SkillBridge with those that work for you and approving SkillBridge packages, thank you. We all appreciate you. On behalf of every SkillBridge provider that's here, thank you so much. I'm gonna stop my screen share. Actually, I'm not gonna stop my screen share just yet. There's one thing that's really important that I want everybody to check on right now if possible. In order for the breakout rooms to work, I need you to be on Zoom 5.3.0 or later. If you're not on that, you're gonna have a hard time navigating the breakout rooms. So I just wanna give you a quick opportunity to check your updates. You can do it on your desktop or your mobile. And if you're not running Zoom 5.3.0 or later, please go ahead and just take 15 seconds to do that, and then you can come right back into the meeting. All right, I am gonna stop my screen share just for a second. And I am going to kick off a quick poll. If y'all could give us a little bit of feedback, we would really appreciate it. And while we're doing that, I just, again, want to take this opportunity. For those of you that I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, thank you so much for being here. My background is 20 years in corporate. I did not serve, but I met and fell in love with a guy that did, and saw firsthand, had an upfront seat to what that looked like. And so I jumped into the veteran employment space about 4 years ago, and SkillBridge is kind of a really such a revolutionary program that I found. So I invest a lot of time in it. I'd also like to introduce my better half, Kevin. Kevin, do you mind to say hello? And Kevin, really quickly, I want you to know before you do your introduction that about 60% of the folks that are joining us today are E7 or below. So Kevin, are you out there?
I am. I'm Kevin over here. I'm not the better half. Candy's not a liar, but I think on that part, I think she's exaggerating a little bit, but I'm grateful for it. I got out in 2005. I was over at Ranger Battalion over at Fort Lewis, Washington, and I had a college degree. And some of you people have been on this, you've heard this story, my talking about it before, but I had a really, really difficult time finding steady employment. And my perception of what was going to happen when I got out was drastically different than the reality. I didn't understand the market. I didn't know how to communicate the language of industry, any one of the various types of industries. And it was more than humbling. It was actually awful. Like any sort of confidence I had started to just drop. And that was really tough. So from my end, when I met Candy, she definitely helped me along the way. Without her guidance, I'd have struggled a lot longer. The fact that everybody's here, the employers are here, and everybody at the, that's out there on the call today is making an effort to connect directly with these employers. And I think that's critical. Is, you can work on your resume. All these things are super important, but really until you start talking to companies, that's really where the rubber meets the road, where you can understand what do they need, what roles do they have, who can you talk to get in the door. So I'm really excited that everybody's here today. I'm grateful that Candy has driven this, and there's a whole bunch of other people around the nation that are really pushing to help in that transition. So excited to be here, excited everybody is here to participate, and hopefully this is of value to everybody. That's it. That's all I got, Candy. I'll give back the balance of your time.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. All right. So we have some results that I want to share with you from the poll really quickly. It looks like 71% of you are joining 50 Strong for the very first time. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about what to expect, what we do, just so that we're all a little bit grounded. 70% of you join us for the first time is phenomenal, and I thank you all for being here. And it looks like we have our final results. About half of you are E7 or below. One of the things that you'll hear today is SkillBridge is for all ranks. And you're going to hear that from every single one of these employer partners and SkillBridge providers. There is a place for you in the workforce, no matter your rank. And so please know that. And it looks like many of you have identified a couple of programs, or you need more information on SkillBridge in general. So again, this is a great way to learn because every SkillBridge program is set up in its own way. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen again. So a little bit about 50 Strong. We host near weekly large events just like this that always feature military ready employers. And so you can see where today's event is under 50 Strong SkillBridgeConnect. This is a big networking event. But we also run 50 Strong Employer Connect. And this is for student veterans, those of us that have separated. But certainly if you're on active duty, this is a great opportunity to learn. Some employers participate in SkillBridge, some don't, right? But every one of the employers that we work with certainly want to be a part of your career journey, and they want you to think about their roles. And so we invite you to join us for 50 Strong Employer Connect as well. We also have most replays available, so you can check those out anytime on our website. And a little bit about Employer Connect. This is really about preparation, career preparation. So we have our employer partners that are basically leading career preparation. Things like, why is LinkedIn important? How do you prepare for the interview? Finding your fit. We have several sessions upcoming, getting into technology, working in defense. So again, please join us for those. They are on, actually all the RSVPs aren't yet on our website, but they will be soon. So again, this is for all service members, veterans, spouses, anybody can leverage this, and the replays are available. There's an important group I want to thank, which are our education partners. So right now, 50 Strong works with 20 education partners across the country. And these are institutions that are leaning in on career readiness because they understand that the outcome of a degree or training is really about the job. So we want to thank them. We're so happy to have the University of Arizona with us today, and we'll hear from Cody Nichols in just a second. All right, so SkillBridge. SkillBridge, again, is for any rank, enlisted or officer. It is for up to the last 180 days of service. Industry partners have developed SkillBridge programs for you to explore, and that's what we're here for today. I wanted to quickly share a little bit about the growth of SkillBridge so that we can kind of set expectations of where we are. So I have been tracking the number of DoD authorized SkillBridge programs on the DoD SkillBridge website for a while now. And here's what I wanted to share with you. The number of SkillBridge programs has doubled since March of this year. And so in the words of Mike Piper, who you'll hear from in a second, we learn every day. It's a new program for us and it's a new program for you. So I ask you, as you're asking your questions, keep that in mind. Many of the providers that are here today have recently opened up SkillBridge programs. They may not have all the answers yet. And so I just ask you to we're all kind of learning together, so keep that in mind. There are also different ways for you to participate in SkillBridge. So some employers offer SkillBridge pathways with employment opportunities on the back end. Almost all of the employers that are here today fall into that camp. You can also participate in SkillBridge via DoD authorized third-party partner programs. So we have a couple of those here today. Veterans Florida is very focused on opportunities in Florida, facilitating those with employers across the state. Vets to PM is here with us. Thank you so much, Kathy, for all the work that you're doing to facilitate SkillBridge opportunities at host employer partners. So I just wanted to share that. You may have questions around what are all the different programs and what are all the different ways to participate. You are going to hear the Amazon team and maybe a couple of others mention hiring our heroes. So I wanted you to kind of understand that there are different ways for you to participate. All right, and I want to say a very special thank you again to our 50 Strong SkillBridgeConnect sponsors that are making today's event possible in our whole series. So what I'm going to do at this time, before we open any breakout rooms, is I'm going to stop my screen share. And I'd like to take this opportunity to just let you hear directly from some of these really awesome SkillBridge program leaders that are leaning in big ways. So first up, I'd like to introduce Eddie Dunn from United Health Group. In case you didn't know, United Health Group is Fortune 5, right, Eddie? 5 or 6? 5, right?
Number
and
5.
So, yeah, so this means they have a lot of scale. So Eddie, thank you so much for being here, and the floor is yours for a couple of minutes.
Thank you so much, Candy, and to Kevin as well. You know, I have a rock star military spouse too, Kevin. So I absolutely understand how the system works in the world. So thank you for that clear acknowledgement there. As Candy said, we are a Fortune 5 company, United Health Group. We're probably one of the biggest companies you've actually never heard of. So what we do is we're in healthcare, and specifically we have our military fellowship program. As Candy mentioned, we are DoD SkillBridge approved. We have clinical operations, business finance operations, IT, customer service, project management throughout all of those areas, all those tracks. We've been in existence for about 2 years. One of my cohorts on the line with me today is Barbara Beltran. I'll give her about 30 seconds to introduce herself. A wonderful factoid about Barbara is that we lead from the front. Actually, Barbara is a military fellow who we converted to help run the program, so which is unique to us. And the last thing, and I'll yield about 30 seconds to Barbara, the one thing that we're most proud of about our program is our workforce reintegration. We spend an extraordinary amount of time working with transitioning service members to help them adapt into our culture and just being in civilian mode coming into an environment that you're not familiar with. So we spend a lot of time investing in that. So that's who we are. I'm retired military myself. I wore the diamond many, many years ago. So we've got a phenomenal program. Come to the breakout room, check us out. But Barbara, you want to introduce yourself? 20 seconds, 30 seconds?
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. I am a retired Navy chief. So Eddie and I are Army Navy until 2 weeks from now when the game is on. But we have a great program. I recognize a lot of faces. Some of you have already screened with me and are returning from the last 50 Strong event. So happy to connect in our room and looking forward to seeing what we might be able to do for you.
Thanks, Candy. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, thanks, Eddie. Appreciate you and Barbara being here. I really do appreciate all your hard work. Next up, one of our longtime partners, Amazon. Nicole and Ari, thank you both so much for being here. The floor is yours for a couple of minutes to talk about Amazon. Nicole, I'll turn it over to you and then maybe we'll let Ari talk for a bit as well.
Oh yeah, he can talk for a while. So just kidding, Ari. Hi, everyone.
Love you, Ari.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole Morrison. I am the program manager here at Amazon for the Military Fellowship Pathways program. So we really focus on a number of areas to Candy's point earlier. So I help lead our Hiring Our Hero cohorts as well as individual fellowships direct through Amazon, as well as our military pathways. And so we have a number of different programs and opportunities, including our military apprenticeships, which Ari can talk more on. I myself am an active duty Navy spouse, go Navy. And so definitely near and dear to my heart as well. Our team, I sit on the Global Military Affairs team, so we have a lot of resources and a lot of passion for this space. So excited to talk with everybody in our breakout room.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole. Ari?
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. Much better now. Very passionate about this. Currently a Navy career reservist. I'm a command career counselor at ESO. I'm on the AWS side. So Nicole, I feel for you. You have so much more than my plate. So if anyone here is interested in Amazon Web Services, please join my breakout room. We have tech and non-tech roles. We have a huge demand coming into 2022 and beyond. And we're really passionate about what do you want? Amazon's going to get theirs. So no matter what, whether it's Amazon, Microsoft, or United Health, make sure you're getting the job that you want, not the job that company wants. This is about you and your career, where you get the first time to choose what you actually want to do. So really think about that as you make this choice here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ari. So we just heard from Fortune 5 United Health Group, and we heard from Amazon that everybody knows. And next up, I want to introduce you to Frank Ugenti, who is with Clario Appraisal, a much smaller company, but lots of opportunities across the country. Frank, the floor is yours for a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks, Candy. I'm not sure I need a couple of minutes, but thank you for the time and thanks for everybody for joining. Clario Appraisal is a nationwide appraisal firm. We do residential appraisals for refinances and purchases for over 100 lenders across the country. Some are national, they're international, and some are small little regional banks. A real estate appraising profession, something I've been doing for over 20 years, and it's a pretty good gig. You get to spend part of your day at a home office researching the markets and analyzing data, and the other part of your day you get out into the community. You meet with homeowners and builders and realtors and whatnot to get some fresh air, measure some houses, inspect some homes. So it's a little bit of the best of both worlds. You know, I think I'd lose it if I had to sit in a cubicle all day for 8 hours. And I think equally, I'd probably lose it if I was working on a road crew for 8 hours a day. So you kind of get the best of all that and a profession where you make your own schedule, have great balance of family time and a professional life. Join the breakout room. There's tons of great employers on this call. So take advantage of it all. But I look forward to telling you all about appraising when you join our group.
Awesome. Thanks, Frank. We really appreciate you being here. SkillBridge is Clario's first military-focused employment initiative. And so we really appreciate Frank being here, but also this is a great opportunity to just learn about new civilian pathways that you may not have thought about. next up, I'd like to welcome Matt Disher from Cushman & Wakefield.
Candy, thanks so much. Hey, everybody, thanks for being here today. I'm going to go ahead and drop a comment in the chat. It is lengthy, and I apologize for all the words, but it connects you to me on LinkedIn, and it connects you to our website as well. So take a look at that real quick. And just know that if you drop me a message on LinkedIn, I will do my best to get to it before we go into Thanksgiving. Sometimes I get buried after these calls, which is a really good thing, but I get buried no less. So my name is Matt Disher. I lead military and veteran programs here at Cushman & Wakefield. I am joined by my colleague, Jamie McCall, who leads specifically our SkillBridge and Hiring Our Heroes programs here within the organization. You'll see both of us in the Cushman & Wakefield breakout room. Who the heck is Cushman & Wakefield, right? We don't deliver packages to your front door in 2 days. We are not a health insurance company. We're a business-to-business company. We are one of the global leaders in commercial real estate. So we do everything from facility management and janitorial work inside of the Patriot Stadium in New England to property administration and property management, some of the largest skyscrapers and office parks, and some of the largest commodities around multifamily businesses, like things like condos and apartments and things like that. So virtually anything that's not a single family house or government infrastructure like a highway, we are managing. We do leasing. We do, as I mentioned, property management. We do purchasing and sales of those types of properties. So skyscrapers, shopping malls, shopping centers, et cetera. So a lot of you in the military might not have a whole lot of idea around what commercial real estate looks like. So I encourage you to come in and take a look at the business. A little bit about me. I was a combat engineer in the Marines. I was enlisted too. I got out in the middle 2000s. Before there was LinkedIn, before we had face-to-face chats like this, I was coming out, and the interesting thing about SkillBridge is that it solves most of the problems or challenges that we probably have historically faced as military and veterans leaving the military, where previously we had to come out, hang up the uniform, and then figure out what we were going to do for the rest of our lives, unless, of course, you plugged into a job fair somewhere. SkillBridge and the programs within allow us the amazing opportunity to connect to employers and really do a test run or a test drive of what you want to do next. So we are about a year into our SkillBridge programming here at Cushman & Wakefield. Last year we were ranked for the second year in a row as a military-friendly gold employer, puts us in the top 10% of military-friendly employers. Basically, we fill out this lengthy survey and talk about our numbers and retention and hiring and all the programs we run, and it ranks us according to how other companies are operating in that space. We're pretty proud of that. I've got opportunities from building engineers and maintenance technicians to property administration to brokerage, learning and development, some IT roles and some HR roles. So we've got jobs across the board, thousands of them here in the United States. So I encourage you to stop into our breakout room, have a conversation with us, and learn a little bit more about our industry. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much. And to Jamie McCall, who you'll meet in the breakout room. Thank you both for being here. I mentioned that we have education partners all across the country, and that one of those is here today. So Cody Nichols is with the University of Arizona. The University of Arizona is a DoD authorized SkillBridge program. Cody, do you mind to just take 90 seconds, 2 minutes, if you don't mind, and just to share a little bit about the University of Arizona's program?
Certainly. First of all, thank you all for being here today. And just briefly to give another plug for the SkillBridge program and 50 Strong. As I get back to the University of Arizona, the conversation, Candy, one of the important things in my mind about this is the earlier we can connect with transitioning service members. And on the flip side, the earlier transitioning service members can connect with whatever that next step is going to be for their future career, the better. The longer our veterans are out there, not necessarily connecting with folks, and this is true in society in general, the more they're out there floundering, the harder it is to get reconnected. And so my shout out to all of the employers that are here today, to 50 Strong, because this is the best time for our transitioning service members to start that next transition into their life. So very briefly about the University of Arizona. working at a university is kind of like working at a military installation. It's like running a small city. People tend to think of simply faculty and they think of students, which yes, are a large piece of that puzzle. But the reality of it is running a university is like running a small city. And so there is employment opportunities across the board in various, if not every industry out there in terms of needs on colleges and universities, and the University of Arizona is no exemption to that. Thank you, Candy.
Thank you, Cody. So Cody will be in the University of Arizona breakout room if you are interested in Tucson. All right, last but not least is Mike Piper from Lowe's. So often Mike gets excited and he shares things at 50 Strong. And Mike, we always appreciate you and Rebecca being here. Mike, the floor is yours to talk about your SkillBridge opportunities.
All right. I feel like I now have like this whole like drama that I have to live up to. But I'm Mike Piper. I run our military recruiting programs here at Lowe's. I'm an Air Force veteran. I was a mechanic when I was in the military. I'm not a mechanic now. So you can really do whatever you want. And I got out in lower enlistment too. So when we talk a lot about enlisted population, you know, that is where my heart's at, because that is my group. But we also have Rebecca Medlin with us in the breakout room, who's a military spouse who is Army. So stop by, say hello to us. What I'll share about our program is we have two real designated paths that we really focus on, and that's assistant store manager in our stores and operations supervisor in our supply chain function. What's really cool about these opportunities is when we're really excited to kind of talk about is that we are now offering those in all states at all 2,000 of our locations and onboarding every first of the month through January to November. So the other great part about that is that both those don't require degrees. So it's a great opportunity for individuals to get in. We have quite a few people going through right now. We have our 50 service members that are going through the process for our January and February cohorts. So if you're interested and you want to go back home to your point of enlistment, we probably have a store within 30 miles of your point of enlistment. And there's a good chance that there may be an opportunity for you to start a job or a career in retail management. So I'm going to pop in my LinkedIn. I'm a big component with Matt. LinkedIn messaged me. It may be actually longer than Thanksgiving. It's probably going to be the New Year's for me. But if you stop by our breakout room, we'll give you the information to where you can get in touch with us. Rebecca does a really nice job of getting in touch with everybody really quick. You don't usually have to wait more than days. It's usually hours and get you at least into the form process. So that way we can get some time set up and talk with you. But really excited to talk about the Lowe's programs. If you have any questions, stop on by. And we'll talk with you.
Thank you so much, Mike. We really appreciate you. All right. ADP is also one of our other founding sponsors of 50 Strong, also a DoD authorized SkillBridge provider as of February of this year. Harris Morris had a family emergency. He runs the Veterans Initiatives nationally for ADP. And so I wanted to share a couple of things because Harris could not be here. For those of you that are not familiar with ADP, they are a large Fortune 500 company. They are currently looking for implementation specialists and client services specialists in the cities that you see here. These are all included on the 50 Strong website, so you can find them there as well. But I did want to highlight that for Harris. Also, Harris and I swapped notes, and he said, send anybody interested to his work email, and he's put it there. So if you are in one of those cities or looking to go to one of those cities for SkillBridge and interested in the ADP opportunities, please take advantage of that. All right, so we're going to open the breakout rooms in just a minute. You've just heard from 6 of the 15 providers that are here today, and you're going to have the chance to ask them all direct questions and to get to meet them all face to face. So today's breakout rooms, all the providers that you see here are going to have a breakout room, with the exception of ADP and L3 Harris. So if you are new to 50 Strong, and a lot of you are, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to talk about housekeeping and how you navigate your breakout rooms. But when we open the breakout rooms, if you're new or you're not sure how to navigate the breakout rooms, especially if you registered in the last 24 hours and didn't get all the information that we sent, please just stay here with us and we will get you all squared away. All right. So here's what's going to happen. We're a little bit behind, so we'll just kind of flex the breakout rooms accordingly. We're going to do these in about 15-minute increments. So when I open the breakout rooms, providers, please go to your breakout rooms. And if you're a provider hosting a breakout room, please stay in your room for the duration. Service members that are here with us, you can navigate freely. So I'll give a warning about 2 minutes before each of the 15-minute increments so that you'll know when to move around. If you go into a room and it's not the right place for you, you can feel free to find a different breakout room without staying in the full 15 minutes. Just, kind of be quiet as you come and go if you don't mind, and be respectful. But we want this time to be productive for you. So please use this time based on your needs, okay? All right, so how do you choose your breakout rooms? You may have seen some of the providers and said, I definitely want to go to AWS. Totally fine. Go talk to Ari. He'll be happy to have you. I also recommend that you use this opportunity to connect with new programs that you may not be as familiar with. So here's what we've done to try to make this as easy as possible. We have 1,100 opportunities across 65 DoD authorized providers on our website. So I'll pop that in, but if I were you, and especially if you're on a desktop, pull that up and go look at the SkillBridge listings. They are sorted first by nationwide, so definitely view that. And then they're sorted by city and state. So it's alphabetically by state, and then